Bro, this is kind of therapeutic for real, yo. All right, check this out, right? Consistency is facts and so on, man. All right. Had to Google finger, boy. All right, so peep this, right? I had three bosses. Okay. I'm gonna use names so I don't want to confuse anybody. Okay. My direct line supervisor, Tessa Stokes. Um, her boss, still my boss, right? But her boss, John Forsman, and his boss, Eric King. Three. Okay. So look how I'm gonna claim a name now on this, right? Um, One time, me and Tessa Stokes was talking. Court. I'm not trying to snitch on her as how she's a liar and stuff, man. But I want just to kind of put things into perspective, right? She was telling me how one time she got her stepdad in trouble for lying and saying he touched her. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, for some reason, man, like that's the only thing I remembered about her when when she wrote that about how I was being manic and so on. But like once again, I never threatened nobody. Yeah, they cannot say in the name of Jesus, man. That nobody can say. And I'm hoping since it's law enforcement, they have all these scientific tools and they could go back and pull up paperwork and so on. No paperwork said that I ever threatened anybody or cursed at anybody, like out my mouth, like "F you" or something like that. And I mean, it's none of that. I just was taken. Okay, anyways, let me finish up the story. I never threatened nobody. I never cursed at nobody. I never fight with nobody. I never got angry at nobody. Not even John Forsman I got angry with. Okay? I got angry to the end because I was getting frustrated. I was like, yo, why are you guys punishing me? And John Forsman is the one who threatened me. You know what I'm saying? So I said that to the HR people. You know what I mean? And that guy went and said, I threatened. I can't remember what he said, but he basically said like I was being aggressive on the phone and probably I made threats or something like that. And I mean, you know, because how I know it too because I had the director brought paperwork back and so on. But I was like, oh Lord, boy, they're just racking up points on me, racking up information on me, man. And it's going in the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking losses after losses, man. And I mean, that's the reason why too I didn't want to go back to work. You know what I mean? Like I was freed to go back to work. You know what I mean? But I was like, nah, I'm just gonna enjoy being home. And I was selfish of these guys and stuff, man. They don't know like what I went through. Like how do you put up with people lying to you? You know what I mean? Just to get you fired. You know what I mean? But you clear the charges basically. You know what I mean? But the only reason why I only accepted it with time because I didn't want to go back to work. I mean, not to go back to. I didn't want to go back into a hostile environment. It showed you that, like, when people could lie on you like that, it showed you like that. It's like the universe talking to you. You know what I mean? They like at that point, I could have justified that racism and be as successful and be as successful to the truth as possible. You know what I mean? All right. So now, come forward now. Um, they was trying to move me to another job and stuff. That they couldn't do it and stuff. You know what I mean? Um, Eric King trying to be Mr. Professional. Okay, I guess you gotta come back. You know what I mean? You gotta come back to work and so on. So they had a meeting and stuff, man. I'm sitting up in the office and I could just see Tessa Stokes. She's mad as hell. And I just keep that smile on my face because I knew like I didn't have no support there. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I wasn't going back to work there. You know what I mean? So the best technique I had was my illness, and I was like, I'm gonna ride that. You know what I mean? So I went back and I told my the director of the directorate of DOL. You know what I mean? Um, like my head is hurting me. I'm having Russian thoughts. You know what I mean? And my heart rate is elevated and so on. Okay. And to be quite honest, My heart rate was elevated. I was having rushing thoughts, and my head was hurting me. Okay, but I could have tolerated. You know what I mean? Um, but anyways, he took me. He's like, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I could relate to what you're going through. Let's walk across to the behavioral health building and so on. You know what I mean? No big deal. That went way left. You know what I mean? Um, I would say to folks, I didn't regret it because I kind of glad for the early disability retirement from Office of Personal Management. But I regret that because under God's law, He don't like trickery. You know what I mean? Um, it's the because trickery is deceit. I walked away with my reputation tarnished. You know what I mean? Um, Something tells me I'm gonna get my name cleared up. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know how. You know what I mean? But like, if Tessa Stokes doesn't like a person who is consistently telling fabricated lies will always tell fabricated lies. You know, and get people in troubles and stuff too. You know what I mean? Um, so it's gonna happen again. If there's one thing about the parallels of human behavior, it's consistency. We have habits. You know what I mean? And habitual liar will always be a habitual liar. You know what I mean? Um, some people might look at me like a habitual liar, but remember now, right? Okay, I'm being consistent now. You know what I'm saying? All right. Um, and I only do mine for pure. Not, if I have trickery, I use my trickery for survivability. You know what I mean? If I'm out in the open and stuff, man, and I'm passing by some dudes who looking like gangsters and shit, if 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 I want to be intimidating, I might try to create a tough look. If I if my mind tells me pretend to be an office white collar worker with a little bit of softness in my walk and stuff, man. You know, kind of like homosexual shit stuff. I'm not homophobic, right? But like, do that. You know what I mean? So at times and that's that survivability instinct. Tessa had no right to do that. Okay, because like you're already my boss. You know what I mean? You're already lying on me and stuff. Like what you? I don't have no power over you. You know what I mean? So that wasn't because think about it, right. John Fortman didn't say anything like that. He's the one who threatened me. You know what I mean? And maybe the spirit of God touched him because he could have kept it going. He could have kept like, okay, this dude tried to get me in trouble for saying I tried to shove his size 12 boot up his ass and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want him back in work because he shows no sense of loyalty and so on. He's a snitch. You know what I mean? He could have looked at me like that and lied, but the spirit of God touched him and he was honest. You know what I mean? Eric King was honest because he just had to talk from what he's seen. But Tessa Stokes is the only one who lied. You know what I mean? What was the need for? I mean, you're trying to get me fired? Like, bro, people can't get fired for being manic. You know what I mean? People will get fired for like making threats and physically attacking people and you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know? But after that, like that showed me like when the union rep came and he had some really mafia, he had a mafia like no nonsense kind of person. Because when I went to complain about John Fortman with the side stuff booth, like, you know what I mean, that showed me like I would love to work for a, if I'm in law enforcement, I'd love to work with a guy like him. But law enforcement and civilian work is two different things. You know what I mean? A guy like my union rep, I don't think I would want to work for because he's a no shit kind of person. So like one day I might come late and he might be barking at me and stuff like this. He's that kind of person. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, I want to put that out there.